Okay, now let's start with the questions that have 5 points. In question 17, 6 camels and 2 kangaroos are standing in a line amongst any 3 consecutively numbered animals. Exactly one is a kangaroo. Which numbered animals is a kangaroo? So at first, if we assume that the first one is a kangaroo, so amongst these 3 here, the condition is satisfied. And here we are not going to place any kangaroos here or here. So in order to satisfy the condition here for this tree, so we should place a kangaroo here. So if I place the kangaroo here now, so for this tree it's satisfied, for this tree is satisfied, and now for this tree is satisfied, and for this tree is also satisfied. But for this tree here, the condition is not satisfied. So I will try to place the kangaroos in the middle. So all the camels, all 3 consecutively numbered animals, will have a kangaroo amongst them. So if we place the first one here in number 3, so here it's satisfied, also here satisfied, and here also satisfied. Now, if I place the second one here, so this one is satisfied, this one is satisfied, and this one is satisfied. So the correct answer is 3 and 6. So if we look at the answers here, we have number 3 here, so this one is the correct answer. In question number 18, Rana floats a square piece of paper twice, then she cuts off one corner. Next, she unfolds the paper. What does the paper look like once unfolded? So at first, after we cut this part here, so we will obtain this shape like this. So if we open this paper according to this axis here, like here, this one, so we will obtain this figure here. Now if we opened again this piece according to this axis here, so we will obtain this one like this. And if we compare the answers, so we will have B. B is the correct answer. Here we have different shape. This one is wrong. Here also we have these corners and this is not correct. And also we have here corners cut, so it's not correct. Here in the middle is correct, but we have also the corners are cut, so also this one is not correct. So we are sure now that B is the correct answer. Now in question number 19, Badr, Hashim, and Raed always walk into the common room one at a time. Badr is never first, Hashim is never second, and Raed is never third. In how many different orders could they walk in? So at first, let's try and draw 3 places here as an order for each one of them, and then we will decide. So at first, for Badr never enters first, so Badr can enter second or third, like this. Now for Hashim never enters second, so Hashim will enter either third or at first. And for Raed never enter as a third one, so we will put it as at first Raed or second. So we will not have another option here. So what is the correct answer? B is the correct answer. We have 2 options. Okay, now in question number 20, there are 5 clocks on the wall. It is known that one clock is an hour fast, one clock is an hour slow, and one clock shows the correct time, and 2 clocks have stopped. Which clock shows the correct time? So we have one fast and one slow and one showing the correct time. So we will have 3 consecutive numbers. For example, if the correct time is 7, let's assume, so we will have one clock showing 8 and one clock showing 6. So for example, here, do we have 7? Yes, we have 7 here. And we have 6 here. But unfortunately, we don't have 8. So we will look to another number. For example, here we have 2, here we have 4, and here we have 3. So we have 3 consecutive numbers, 2, 3, and 4. So we have one slow and one fast, and we have one correct. So what is the correct answer? D is the correct answer. Now in question number 21, Adam and Sarah have 9 marbles each. Together they have 8 red and 10 blue marbles. Sarah has twice as many blue marbles as red marbles. How many blue marbles does Adam have? Okay, so we have 10 blue and we have 8 as red. Okay. So Sarah has 9 marbles in total, and these 9 marbles must be divided into 2 parts, so one part is twice the other. So we will have 6 blue marbles and 3 red marbles. So 6 is twice 3. So now what has left for Adam for the blue marbles is 10 minus 6 equal to 4, and the correct answer is B. Now in question number 22, Amira has 2 machines. When she puts a square sheet of paper in machine R, it turns the paper 90 degrees clockwise as shown in the picture. When she puts the paper in machine S, it stamps the paper with this sign. So if we look here, we have this square here. So after putting this shape here in R, so the square will rotate 90 degrees clockwise. So we will have the square here, a small square. And if we put this figure here, this square inside the machine S, it will stamp this figure on it in this way. So to obtain this one here, we need 3 steps. At first, we will add R, so this one will become in this way. Now, if we put here S, so this one, we will stamp this sticker here. And now, after we put R again, so this one will become in this way. So what is the correct answer? B is the correct answer. Okay, now in question number 23, teacher Abir wants to write the numbers from 1 to 7 in the circles. Inside each circle, she writes one number. Abir wants the sum of the numbers in 2 circles that are next to each other to be as shown. What numbers must she write inside the green circle? Okay, to solve this question here, let's start, for example, by putting 1 here. So in order to obtain 7 here, we need to sum 1 with 6 here. So, and here to obtain 9, we need 3 here. And now to obtain 8 here, we need 5. And now 5 with 4 gives us 9. And now 4 with 2 gives us 6. And 2 plus 7 gives us 9, and 7 plus 1 gives us 8. So this is correct, and we used all the numbers. So what is existed inside the green circle? We have 4, so D is the correct answer. Okay, now in question number 24, Majid has shaded exactly 5 cells in a 4x4 grid. Then he challenges 5 of his friends to guess which cells he has shaded. The grids they have drawn are shown below. Majid looks at them and says, one of you is right and each of the rest of you has 4 cells correct. Which is the correct answer? Now if we compare between all the answers, we will find that in the first row we have this one is common between all of them, so this square must be correct. For the second row also we have this square common between all of them, so also this one must be correct. Also in the last row we have this one common between all of them, so this one also must be correct. And also if we look again in the second row, we have this one common between 4 of them here, so this also must be correct. Now C has this one not in common, so this one must be not correct here. And now, but here in C, we know that one extra square is correct. So either this one is correct or this one is correct. So we should compare C with the other answers. So if, for example, if A is the correct answer, so A and C, in A we don't have this square shaded, so A cannot be the answer, because if A is the correct answer, so C will have just three true correct squares. So A cannot be the correct answer. Also B, the same way here, these two squares are not shaded, so B cannot be the correct answer. Also D, the same situation. These two are not shaded. So in E, we have this one is shaded. So this one must be correct, this square here. And the correct answer must be E, so we will select E. Okay, and finally, after solving this question, we have reached the end of the video. I'll see you all in the upcoming videos.